everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're not. So for today's video I'm going to be talking through what makeup and brushes I'm taking away with me on a weekend away in London. So if you'd like to see what's in here, then just keep watching. So this is my little makeup bag that I'm taking away, and this is just my brushes. And I've tried very hard not to overpack, because the last time I did like a what's in my makeup bag video was for when I was going away. It was like 10 days on a sun holiday. And evidently I forgot what it was like to be on a sun holiday, because I just way overpacked, and it was only once I was there and it was a few days into it and I was realizing what I was using. I was like, oh my god, what a waste of space. But if you are interested in seeing like a bigger what's in my makeup bag, you can check out that video up in the card up here. So this time I'm going away for a long weekend from Friday to Monday. This weekend, this Easter weekend, to London. So because it's for a few days, I'm not going to use a huge amount of makeup, and also if I'm away and on holiday, I'm not going to be trying to put on too much makeup. I'm not going to be taking like makeup pictures or anything, and on a daily basis I don't wear much makeup at all. I either kind of go hard or go home. So even this might be optimistic of what I actually use. I could just not wear makeup at all. But I'll go through with you what I plan to use. So this little bag is from Trilogy. I got a little skincare set in this, I think maybe for my birthday or for Christmas, and it's turned out to be such a handy little size. It's what I kind of use on the go on my handbag. So starting with the base, I have a little mini Professional primer, a little tiny one. I have another mini one that's actually bigger than this. This is a nice little travel size for a weekend. For foundation, I have the L'Oreal True Match foundation, and for concealer I have the Kat Von D Lock It concealer. And then for powder, I'm bringing my MAC Studio Fix rather than my Rimmel Stay Matte, which is translucent. This is a full coverage powder, just because the True Match sometimes takes a little bit of building up for me to get it to full coverage, and that's what I feel comfortable with. So I can just do a kind of a quick layer of foundation and concealer and powder over with this. For cheeks then, I just have these two products. I have this sleek face contour kit, and this is actually in the shade Light. It's one of the few contour and highlight little duos that I have, and I actually really like the shades in here. This is a nice contour shade, not too dark, not too light, and it's not too warm, not too cool. And I like the shade of this highlight. Sometimes it's a little bit frosty, but it's kind of one of those shades that just kind of goes with everything. And then this is one of my all-time favorite blushes. This is the Kiko 105 Soft Touch blush. So it's quite neutral, leaning a little bit mauvey, but it's definitely not too bright or anything. So again, something that goes with everything. For brows, I just threw in Anastasia Brow Wiz. Just a pencil is kind of the quickest and easiest thing, and especially a little micro pencil where you can kind of be a bit more precise. So I have that in the shade Medium Brown. For eyes, I really don't think I'm going to be wearing much eyeshadow, but just if we were going out for dinner, or if I felt like wearing eyeshadow, I did throw in my eyeshadow primer, which I always use. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is just the anti-aging one, which is still clear. And I'll also sometimes use this as a primer for like my fine lines and expression lines to try and help stop creasing of my foundation. And then for shadow, I just threw in the little Naked Basics palette. This used to be one of my go-to palettes. It just has a small selection of neutrals, and very neutral neutrals, if that makes sense. Nothing too warm, nothing too cool, just nice and basic. I did throw in two liners. I have a liquid one and a little pencil, both black. So whether I want to do like a winged liner or just like a little smudgy lash line liner. And then for mascara, I have a lash curler and a little mini Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara, which I'm really liking, and it's handy that it's in a little mini size. Then for lips, I threw in two of the Inglot crayons. One is in the shade 16, which is a really good go-to kind of nudie brown for me. And then the other one is in the shade 28, which is a nice bright pink. And I like to do a bright lip when I want to kind of look and feel a bit done up when I don't have much time. So if I wanted to just do a winged liner and a bright lip, it would give me more of a look. And then finally, I have a gloss. This is one of my favorite glosses. It's the Rimmel Oh My Gloss in the shade Non-Stop Glamour. It's a super glossy, shiny gloss, and it feels really comfortable on the lip. You can kind of feel like the oils in it. It's nice and moisturizing. So those are all the products that I have, and they all fit into this little bag here. So for brushes, I have this little set here. This is like my go-to travel brush set. It's from Royal and Langnickel. I got it a good few years ago at an IMAX in London. So this is what it looks like. These are the brushes that it comes with, and then there's a little zippy pocket on this end. So I have this brush for foundation. It's not my favorite kind of foundation brush. I normally like a rounded topped buffing style brush, but it's also not like a typical paddle style brush where it's quite thin and flat, it still has a good bit of like fluffiness to it. So it does work well for like spreading on and then just using the tips to like buff and blend. Then I have a powder brush. So it's a nice little size and again it still has a nice bit of density to it and fluffiness. So I can kind of pack powder on and also blend out like cheap products. Then there are 3 little double-sided brushes. There's this one which has an angled brush on one side and then this little like rubber smudgy thing which I never use. There is this one which has like a fluffy angled shadow brush which I don't use a huge amount. If I do, it would generally just be for like a diffused brow highlight. And then the other side has this large pointed kind of like pencil or bullet style brush. So that's quite nice for like under the eye or inner corner. And then the final one that comes in the set is this double-sided one. It has a flat shadow brush on one side, but again it still has a little bit of thickness to it. It's not too just like flat and flimsy. And then the other side has a little synthetic brush, so it'd be good as like a lip brush or just like spot concealing maybe. So that's those brushes that come with the set. And then in the little zip pocket here I just added some extra brushes. So I added this brush, it's an Anastasia one. It came with, I think it must have been the Modern Renaissance palette. So on one side you have a fluffy little blending brush. If I had one that was a little bit bigger, a little bit more fluffy, I prefer that, but it's fine. And on the other side it has a flat brush, but it's synthetic. And then I have this one as well, which is actually I think the end of a double-sided brush, but it just came off, so I just use it for like travel size. But this is a brush from Penny's and it's just like a rounded buffing style, either powder or cream product brush. So I could use this like say instead of this for foundation, or I could use it for some powder products if the brush is getting a little bit muddy, but it just gives me a second option. And then finally I have a little Tweezerman tweezers. And those 3 fit neatly in here, and there's actually some more space if I wanted to add in maybe another little mini eyeshadow brush or anything. And then it folds up nice and neatly. So guys, that is everything I am bringing with me on my little weekend away to London. As I said, it's still probably too much because I'm not going to feel the need to put on makeup during the day, I would imagine. It would just depend on what we're doing and stuff. But so yeah, I just thought I would share that with you. By the time this goes up, I'll probably actually just be back from, it'll probably just be after the Easter weekend. So yeah, I might be able to put an update in like the corresponding blog post on what I actually used. And also if you're interested in this makeup look, I have a tutorial coming later this week. So do stay tuned for that, and subscribe definitely if you want to see that and if you're not already subscribed. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. That just lets me know that you like this kind of video, and it also helps out my channel an awful lot. So guys, that is it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.
Newest behind the scenes vlog just uploaded today. Click the tab right there, watch that.
But that's it, of course. As always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love your faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.